Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another counter-side video. Alright, so before you start off with today's video, there's a coupon code. Let me try and input it right here and show you guys. It should be... Alright, so if you guys haven't entered this, apparently this will give you plenty of... Wait, is it all caps? I think it's all caps. Okay, so it has to be all caps so that you get, if I'm not mistaken, 1000 quads right here, right? So yeah, let's talk about today's video. We're going to talk about the event right now, the maze event. A lot of you guys have asked me, hey GuitarRock, should we farm the event right now in part 1, right? So of course, this applies to the same concept with the previous event. I've mentioned this before. Ideally, it's much more efficient to farm later on in the part 2 because the hard stage in part 2 gives more return of event currency per stamina. So that's why you can see for me personally, you can see I haven't claimed this. This one will expire in 29 days, so it's fine to not claim this. But those that will expire soon, like this one in 2 days, this one I will need to claim soon in 4 hours. Okay, but those that you think you know, won't expire anytime soon, you can save it for part 2. Part 2 is going to be unlocked in approximately 5 to 6 more days, right? So my advice is, if you're trying to be more efficient, obviously you can wait for next week. But if you want to farm it right now, it's not the end of the world as well, right? So it's not too bad. Because right now in the event, part 1, you can also farm in the hard stages. But like I mentioned, ideally most event format follows the same concept, alright? You want to farm in the highest difficulty. In this case, it's part 2 that, you know, will be unlocked later in 6 more days to get the best event currency to Ethereum return ratio. Now, let's talk about the event shop briefly. If you guys haven't watched any of my previous video, very important. The things that you absolutely must buy, what makes maze event extremely cool, extremely good, is going to be the maze hands, the maze case, the maze crown. So notice there's 1 maze hands, 1 maze case, 2 maze crowns. So you're going to get all of these. Essentially, these are very good gears, the best gears in the game. Alright, the best T6 you can obtain. And in the future, you will be able to upgrade this to T7 as well. Now, which one would be the second priority after all of this? I would say the fusion core, because fusion cores can be quite rare. And then you can consider getting the APT cores as well, especially when you're building characters. Now the infos, the skill books, this one depends. I feel like this one is much more easy to farm every single day compared to the rest of the things. So I would highly recommend buying everything first. If you want the background, you can get the background. For me, I usually skip the background and wait for the event to rerun. Now, in case you're wondering, if you start farming next week, is it going to be enough? As a free-to-play, you might be worried, will you have enough stamina? Yes, you will have enough, so more than enough. Like actually, I did the calculation. Here's the video of the previous C server. I calculate based on this, right? It's going to give you 32 of those dots. The other one, so assuming you're farming the harder stage, which is this one, 620 Ethereum will give you 34 dot tax, which is the so-called event currency. So I calculated, this is only using the free Ethereum that you get from recharge every single day. So you get about 11,845, which is more than enough for you to buy the maze gears, and you can buy the APT cores. But I didn't count your dailies, I didn't count whatever that you get from the inbox. I also didn't count the ads as well. So if you guys are not familiar, right now, alright, I'm sure you guys know, you can watch 5 ads per day. They increased this. Last time it was 3 ads per day. So this one is 5 ads per day. So now you get 5,000 Ethereum per day. I didn't take that into calculation. So after taking everything into calculation, you have more than enough. So don't worry about it. If you're free to play, you're worried that you won't have enough Ethereum to farm the event later on, you will have more than enough. So in C server right now, we also have a different event going on. So let me just show you guys right now, so that in case anyone in global will know what to expect later. In the future, you'll have this event, Niall red team versus Awaken Seoyun blue team. I don't know why nobody picks Niall. Nobody picks the red team. Red team always loses. Every time I pick red team, I'm born a loser. Alright, so let me show you guys. Obviously, the strat is simple. You try to participate, select blue team. Always select blue team if you're trying to win. Alright, so this one is going to be random. Let's hope that GB Awaken Seoyun runs past Niall. Let's go. Alright, we destroy the red CEO. Jump past the stone. Destroy this guy. Niall gets stuck right there. Awesome, awesome. Jump. Niall got right. How did Niall got Rhino? How? Okay, we got destroyed first round. Alright, let's pick the bottom this time. Alright, I'll make sure that Awaken Seoyun wins this time. Blue team destroys. GB Niall gets destroyed. Yes. GB Nile destroyed. Spacebar. Ooh, double boost. Destroyed. Red team got destroyed. Always pick blue team. Alright, so red team stood no chance. You can see based on the amount of votes right here, the amount of people that voted for blue team, insane, absurd amount. Alright, let's talk about future events that players need to take note of, especially if you're trying to farm characters. Now, my advice stands, if you are looking to farm event currency, always focus on farming the part 2 of the event, the hardest stage. But there's an exception. Alright, what's the exception that we're talking about? In the future, there are events that you can farm the SR farmable characters. In these instances, then yes, you want to start farming in part 1 because you're trying to get as much of the SR characters so that you can 110 them. Now, global so far, we have had one character, Revet, right here. Alright, so Revet is so far the only farmable character in the event. Now, if you guys managed to 110 her, cool. But if you didn't, it's fine, because in the future, I'm sure the event will rerun and then you'll have a chance to be able to farm her again. Now, she's not amazing by any chance, but she's not bad either. Like, if you are looking for a cheap budget option to build like a dive team, secondary character, secondary ranger, she won't be used as your primary ranger in most cases. Admin Rifleman is still going to be better by far. But she is not bad, she is pretty decent. So what are the other future farmable SRs besides Revet? So the next one, most likely, is going to be Kang Min Woo. Alright, so this is going to be quite interesting. So Kang Min Woo also is a soldier. So we managed to farm this guy recently. How good is Kang Min Woo actually as a farmable SR? Is he better than Revet? Yes. Arguably, yes. So Kang Min Woo is a character that I strongly believe he's worth getting a lot of copies. If you can 110 him, he's going to be insane. This guy is by far, arguably, one of the better soldier characters in the game. Alright, he's one of the better defenders, actually. Very good budget option for a lot of players that are looking for low cost defender. Yes, he's a 2 cost defender. He gets gets countered by Harap etc. But what makes him so good? Alright, so let's talk about his skills. He has this ability, increase anti-counter damage resistance by 30%. So it will go up to 40%. So in PvP, if you're looking for like a budget team, this guy is extremely good to deal against counters. Alright, he received 40% less damage against counter units, and apparently he shares half of this effect with surrounding soldiers. If there are soldiers nearby, they will get like 20% of counter damage res, which is a very, very strong buff, alright, especially in a lot of situations. You can even use him in Shadow Hall, Shadow Palace, etc. He can be very, very good right there. He's definitely much more worth than Revet. Now, it's quite hard to compare. Some people saying that he's better than Overflow. That's also quite hard to compare. Overflow is a 4 cost. This guy is a 2 cost. But if you build him with good gears, he does a lot for like a 2 cost, right? And you can see he has the ability to create a bomb as well. So this bomb on the special skill will basically, whoever that goes close, it will just explode and deal AoE. Decrease HP by 15% for 5 seconds for every target that's not max, right? Very, very good character overall. So this is definitely a very strong PvP unit. Now let's talk about the last one, which is farmable as well. A character that you can consider farming in the future, which is Dash. Now, Dash is a character that I do encourage players to get at least 1 copy. Now, is Dash a priority to 110 like Revet? No. Dash is pretty good. Like, in a lot of raids, you're going to start using her once you obtain her. Danger Close, she's actually quite strong in Danger Close. Yeah, so what makes her really strong is 3 cost sniper. Okay, number 1, not many 3 cost sniper. Number 2, she has debuffs. Alright, so she has the ability to decrease enemy defense by up to 1.5%, alright, 15% actually, up to 15% for 8 seconds. That's not bad on just the passive skill alone. But on the ultimate skill, you can see she has another 15%, right? The targets lose 15% of defense for 12 seconds, this is for the ultimate skill, and also lose evasion by 15%. So she decreased defense, she decreased evasion, which is both defensive stat. So you can see how she's one of the better debuffers out there. For being an SR, she is actually really good. She competes with Chifuyu in that role of debuffing and also Tarask etc. Depending on who you want to. You don't really need to bring all three usually. Since she's a sniper, if the boss is like a striker, right? So she's good in that particular instances. Definitely consider farming them in part 1. Now here's the thing about the event, right? When they first come out, you will usually see event in this format, like there's a part 1 and part 2. But if once the event makes a rerun, they will only come in one part. They don't split it up to part 1 and part 2 anymore. That's what I've noticed based on what's happening in C server. I remember there was some event that was part 1 and part 2, but once the event rerun, it's just one part. Alright, so and I think the duration is still the same. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for this video. I've been having a little bit of difficulty in editing my videos because my headphone, one side is broken and I can only hear from one side. I need to get a new one soon. But anyways, take care. If you haven't already subscribed, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.